the flavour of the year for 2022 is the Ford Transit Custom, and or sometimes called Ford Tornado Custom, as I learnt yesterday. And the difference apparently between a Transit and a Tornado is a passenger car, and the Transit is meant to be a delivery vehicle. So in other words, it's exactly the same thing, but one's got seats and the other one hasn't. This vehicle does meet my seal of approval because of this. A toilet and a shower at the back. This one here is 535 centimeters in length. Now this company is owned by Trigano, which is the same as Karmann Mobil. Karmann Mobil's got one which is called the Duncan, and it's more or less exactly the same things have been supplied. I bet it's even made in the same factory, that I don't know. Anyway, but it does have the wet room, and the kitchen, in my opinion, is less important in a van than a wet room. As I'm into wild camping myself, I really think that you need to have a proper toilet. So I don't really like the idea of people going into the bushes constantly and making a mess for others to find. So I'm trying to keep the reputation of campers quite good. Now it's above all the toilet, which is necessary, less so the shower, but certainly, you know, you can sort of wash yourself at the sink. Makes a bit of a mess, but you can do it. Whereas toilet, well, you can into plastic bags and what have you, but you still got to dispose of it. So if you use a proper toilet and then dispose of it at the proper place, then that's what I'm all in favour of. Right, got a fridge here, electric fridge, two-way fridge. Up here, tent in the roof. I think part of what's happening, a trend at the moment, is trying to capitalise on the demand for motorhomes and camper vans, but the manufacturers are knocking stuff out. They're responding to a need. Their objective is to give people what they want, and that's understandable. But on the other hand, it's sort of my obligation, and those who do videos, to point out what people should have, and often I think that people don't realise what is necessary. That's my opinion anyway. Right, got a ladder there to get into the bed, and you may have noticed there's a tank under here. This will all go back down to make a rather easy to assemble bed, which you don't get necessarily in other vehicles. This thing will cost 58,000 euros. It's called the R530, and it is 197 centimeters long, 209 in height, with the tent down. So there's the toilet from this angle. So this is really a tiny camper with everything. There you go. Camper the cassette comes out there. It'll go into many car parking spaces. I do accept that it's a bit wider than most vehicles, cars that is, but it's not too bad. It comes here in this case. It's got an awning. Now I think I'd rather see that in a high roof version, but at least it's got everything. And I would suggest that people get something, if they insist on getting one of these things like this, a car-ish thing, then they get a car-ish with the toilet. And to be quite honest, it doesn't cost much more money. Compare this to a brand called Benimar, which is also owned by Trigano. So it's the same company, and that doesn't have the toilet, and it costs roughly the same. It's very difficult to say with how much things cost. Anyway, so it says here it's got motorhome comfort, bed system, and Isofix in the chairs, and it's got diesel combi heating. Diesel's a good idea because you've got the diesel tank there anyway, so you may as well use it. And you get a small gas canister for the cooker. Right, good. I'll take you for a little walk around the stand, see what else they've got. This company, Randger, which I'd never heard of until about 8 days ago. Mind you, they'd probably never heard of me, so that makes it fair. So we have here a camper van on a Fiat Ducato basis, and this though, I'm not so keen on this one for the same reason as I just said. You know why? You got the toilet in here, but I do not like the idea of sliding toilets because they get broken, and that might already be an example of one. I don't know. So I think a toilet should be in one fixed place. Now I do appreciate we've got very little room to play with, so that's a good point, but toilet is very important. Right, 541 centimetre long Fiat camper van, so it's not much shorter, it's not much smaller in footprint than the one we just saw. This thing here costs 58.5, a bit more, and ooh, I like this. I like the mirror. Enough. Yeah. Freestanding toilet, duckboard. I'm going to show you how much space there is as well. Oh. Bear in mind how small it is. Far better off getting something like this, one of these small things that doesn't have a toilet. There's the sink. It's quite high up for a sink, but hey, it's got to go somewhere. And standard here. Just looked at that. Now this is the smaller version of the Ford Transit Comfort Custom. This is nowhere near as good. No toilet, no washroom. It's got the cooking facilities. It is the VW version of the Randger Ford Transit Custom. And it's got, that's your shower. Oh, look at that, that's a shower, and it's working. Oh, this is a nicely painted one, like the style, and this thing here is going to cost over 68,000, and it is. Can I give you? I can't. I won't give you the weight. 6 metre Ford based camper van. Like the colour, and 4x4. And here, this is the last one I'm going to show you in this video. This is my favourite layout. Only 500 and I've forgotten how 565, isn't it? I've forgotten how long it is now. 548 centimeters in length. You got the bed up there. This converts to a bed. You've got enormous kitchen at the back, and you've got the toilet and bathroom here. Plenty of height. You got storage behind there. Oh, I think that's pretty good. Right. And this thing here costs 66,510. So, for me, I'd have that one. Good. So I'll show you around. Some of the roller teams there, Forster's there. There's Mobilvetta design. So it's a great place to come to if you're free in the first week of September. And it's a great campsite here, and at the campsite there's a great atmosphere. Right, so I'm going to finish off with this R530 from Randger. Tiny camper van which has everything included. Thanks for watching.